Hey everyone, we are here again today to discuss another case analysis, which is an analysis of Monroe lock and security system. Giovanni, can you please read the first part?
An analysis of Monroe lock and security systems. Although many people have the desire to be self-employed, they lack the wherewithal to do so. Starting a business is an already competitive market is an extremely thought venture. Therefore, it is imperative to differentiate the business from its competitors. Ray Monroe of A. Monroe Lock and Security Systems decided to enter the already saturated Boston market, servicing residential clients. Locksmith needs is Rich, Peters, and Schiffer 2007. With step competition and no competitive advantage, Ray was ready to fold his company after just 2 short years in business. According to Hesrich 2007, proper planning and research could have better helped Ray make the best decision possible about starting his own business or continuing to work for another firm.
Entry and competitive environment. These low barriers to entry the locksmith industry have created serious competition among the firms operating in the Boston market. Most companies are comparative to Monroe's and are set up as a small owner-operated business with approximately one employee. Monroe is directly competing with 160 firms which offer a full range of services, including services that Monroe does not offer like alarm system installation and products, and after-hours emergency response by his reach 2007. In highly competitive markets, the rule of three generally applies, which states that there is room for only full-time generalists along with several market specialists, which tightly control 70 to 90% of the market by Cisadia and Seth 2007. To be viable in this environment, companies must have at least 10% of the market share, while mid-sized companies always exhibit the worst financial performance of the entire market by Sisudia and Chef 2007. Ray's business was not operating as a generalist, nor it was operating as a market specialist. Therefore, leading Ray to realize only lackluster financial performance. In addition, the area of Boston in which Ray chose to operate already had 37 other locksmiths. This landscape proved to be far too competitive for Ray to make any substantial profits. Ray's best path to success would be to update his business model to gain a competitive edge and redesign his strategy to best accomplish his goal.
Next is the expansion and strategy. Ray's firm must have an infrastructure wing which it supports successful execution, something he is not currently doing. A firm cannot offer emergency services and yet not take calls after business hours. This will cause customers to become angry and find a competitor to satisfy their needs. For Ray to remain in business, he must sub-segment his customer base so that he can grow his core business. That is according to Liabotis 2007. Therefore, Ray must conduct a market research to determine which sub-segment of the Boston market he is best equipped to service. He must also continue to build his organizational capabilities to create a customer-focused strategy and to grow adjacent opportunities. That is also according to Leobotis 2007. Once Ray has clearly identified who his core customers should be, he must then determine the firm's key competitive market differentiator. And again, it is according to Leobotis 2007. Without the careful research of determining who the target customers are and the strengths of the company, Ray will continue to fail to realize success.
Next is target market and Ray's inclination toward entrepreneurship. Since Ray owns a very small firm, he must decide who his target market will be. He must choose carefully as not to lose opportunities, because if he decides residential homeowners are his base, but it was better to choose small apartment complex, he will not be utilizing his time well. In addition, since Ray is unwilling to work any hours outside of normal business hours, he should find a market in which his schedule fits. These markets could include amusement park lockers, school lockers, gym lockers, and possibly apartment complexes, as they must recay locks on an ongoing basis for new tenants. However, it does not seem to be Ray's desire. The Ray's firm must have an infrastructure in which it supports successful execution entrepreneur. These strategies and target markets that have been laid out should have been determined and tested prior to Ray entering the market.
Conclusion. As in the case of Ray and his company's failure, many people do not have what it takes to become entrepreneurs. These people generally think they can make a great deal of money, all while creating their own hours, and have a false notion that they will not have to work as hard to reap the benefits. Ray has discovered that this is not the case. A great deal of time and research must go into creating and starting a business. Ray decided to enter an extremely competitive market without doing any research or planning, or have any strategy to succeed. It is quite apparent that Ray does not have the wherewithal to succeed as an entrepreneur, nor the desire. Therefore, it should be recommended that Ray close his business before he encounters any substantial losses. So that's all for this meeting. Have a good day, everyone.